Yeah. Some fires go out when the wood runs out, but some fires don't need the wood. They just need the right people to keep passing the flame. Junior gone, convict, Slim Shady, and the fire that started everything. Listen. Oh, oh, yeah. The fire of the righteous cannot be put out by rain, cannot be extinguished by the suffering and pain that the system throws upon you like a flood upon the land. Because the fire that was given was not placed in mortal hand. It was placed in the people, in the music, in the song. And the fire that remains is the proof we carried on. Through the darkness, through the silence, through the centuries of change, the fire that remains is the only thing that reigns. Yeah. Yeah. I watched the fire travel from my father's hands to mine. Not this burden, but this blessing. Not as grief, but as a sign that the music doesn't die with the singer or the stage. It just finds the next vessel and it burns to the next stage of the people and the purpose and the love that underlies every lyric, every rhythm, every truth beneath the lies of a world that keeps on telling us the fire's running low. But the fire that remains is the fire I'll never know how to extinguish. From Senegal, the fire reached me across the ocean and the years. And now I carried it to Africa in the form of light and tears of gratitude for a voice that said the fire belongs to you, not to the ones who try to own it, not to systems, not to few. The fire that remains is the one we keep alive by passing it to everyone who needs it to survive. The fire that remains doesn't belong to any stage, it belongs to every person, in every generation's age. The fire that remains, yeah, the fire that remains. I've been carrying fire since the trailer and the cold, since before the world decided I was someone to be told what to do with all that burning, what to do with all that heat. I almost let it consume me, almost made it my defeat. But a fire came from Kingston that said yours is not for wasting, yours is for the ones behind you, for the future that is waiting, for a voice that means it, for a fire that was earned. And I took that into everything and let the right things burn. See the Rastaman and the rapper and the son of Senegal all carry the same fire that was given to us all. Before the maps, before the borders, before the industry's design, the fire that remains was never yours or mine. It was always everyone's. It's the one we keep alive by passing it to everyone who needs it to survive. The fire that remains doesn't belong to any stage, it belongs to every person, in every generation's age. The fire that remains, yeah, the fire that remains. Africa was burning long before the world took notice, long before the stages, long before the global focus turned to what the continent had always known to be, that the fire of a people is the greatest sovereignty. And a man from Kingston carried it across the sea and gave it back to everyone, including sons like me, who took it into schools and wells and stages and the night. The fire that remains is the fire I used to light, what needed lighting. I've been passing fire since Detroit, I've been passing fire since Dakar. My father lit the fire first, and the fire has traveled far, further than any map could hold, further than any border draws. The fire that remains is the only thing that never has and never was contained. The fire that remains is the one we keep alive by passing it to everyone who needs it to carrying the flame. The fire remains, give thanks. Jah, Jah, Rastafari, yeah. Nesta, the fire reached Africa. The fire remains, still carrying it. Detroit to the world.